They've been aggressive, and they've been good. 8 wins in their last 10 games. This team looks to grow even stronger with another statement win here tonight. Hawks, Grizzlies, coming up next, right after this. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Berry, our distinguished analyst, Allie LaForce on the sidelines. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some stats for Ja Morant.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level scorer than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
And now the Atlanta Hawks starters. At the forward slots, Hunter and Collins. Trae Young out there with DeLon Wright. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Grizzlies, Morant and Brooks, the backcourt. Jackson out there with Brandon Clark. And it's Anderson in at the 3. And these are 2 young teams, rare for youth to be served in this league. But, Grant, you didn't seem to have any trouble back in your day, partner.
Well, B.A., I played 4 years at Duke, so I came in right away ready to contribute. And that's right. I was fortunate enough to make the All-Star team in my rookie season, too. So I came in ready.
Now here's Young. He played a great game against San Antonio. Stolen by Anderson. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. Pass to Brooks. Fires the 3. Unable to get that one. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Coming into this, having notched a win against San Antonio in their last game.
And it's just so hard to stop them when they're scoring at that level. They were efficient and didn't let up at all.
Yeah, never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
Drives to the hoop. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And here's Young. Outside Hunter. About a minute into this first quarter. No good with the elbow jumper. Morant against Young. And he lobs it up to the rim. And the dunk by Jackson.
An opportunistic player. When Jackson sees an alley-oop opportunity, he doesn't pass it up.
Here's Atlanta with the ball. It's a 5-point game. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
To the wing on the left. Collins passes to Wright. Back to Collins. And Collins with the slam.
That connection with Collins, that's an impressive play and very, very high percentage.
Brooks outside. On the take. Lays it up and banks it in. Brooks has got 5 now.
Now that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 from the floor. Here's Wright. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Jackson outside. Pass to Clark. On the wing, Brooks. To the left side wing. From deep, Morant. Hunter with the rebound. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 4 so far. Now here's Young. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Young working hard on the defensive end that time.
The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 5 shooting so far. Morant, the pass to Clark. Back to Morant. There's the drive, and the layup falls.
Oh, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Moran against Young. Inside, here's Collins. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist.
So unselfish there. Young doing a good job of finding the open man.
And talk about a guy betting on himself. Now, John Collins turned down a big contract prior to last season. It all worked out in his favor as he signed an even bigger one to stay with the Hawks. He's firmly planted as part of this team's young core.
Shot clock at 6. Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
And the Hawks with possession here. The Grizzlies making their last shot. Pass to Capella. Right side Young. Here's the teardrop, and the layup is good.
That is a tough shot there. Trae Young's such a small player. He needs that floater in his arsenal.
Moran against Young. Outside Morant, and here's Brooks. Outside Anderson. Pass to Clark. Over Hunter. Clark, no good. The Hawks have gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall. Wright against Brooks. Wright, the pass to Young. The turnaround. It's wide right. Hits off the rim.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range there. Much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Outside, Anderson. Pass to Jackson. On the wing, Brooks. He's got 5. Collins with the defensive effort.
And there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Gets the 3 ball to go. Young's got 7.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Collins against Clark. Pass to Moran. Now Brooks to halt the run. Capella with a rebound. Wright against Moran. Here's Young. Collins outside. Outside Young. Back to Collins. Wright against Moran. From 9 feet out. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Ja Morant picks one up.
Man, the defender really went after him.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
So far, guys, they've done a fantastic job finding the open man and getting some easy buckets.
Another part of the game tonight where they've been effective is to get points in the paint.
And he makes a first. And some new faces and new places this year, Grant. How long do you think it takes for a new player to fit in?
Well, you know, some players never fit in, but depending upon the style, it varies from player to player.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Tillman's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. And the Grizzlies with possession here. They trail by 6. And going against Atlanta, their first meeting on the year.
It's really hard to know what to expect when teams play only twice a year. Makes it a bit of a mystery.
Yeah, this one will be for sure. Interconference matchups are always pretty fascinating just because of timing on scouting and how often you watch teams like this affect some of the unpredictability of the East-West battles.
Here's Hunter following the bucket by the Grizzlies. And there's the lob. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. And now we have a minute here to take a look at which teams are playing the toughest defense. In third, the Grizzlies.
Where this team really makes an impact is on the defensive end. They're a unified front that doesn't make it easy at all to find open looks.
For Memphis, they've gone 6 of 11 so far. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Morant, the pass to Jackson. Capella with the defensive effort. For Atlanta, they've gotten 7 of their 10 shots to fall. Collins outside. And the slam dunk by Capella.
Big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Morant with it. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Toronto. Pass to Brooks. Here's Tillman. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Clark with it. Collins defending. Fade away. That shot missing.
Well, the defense was right up on him, so electing to go for the fadeaway there to create some room, well, that makes sense.
Morant with it. Back to Tillman. Good, and the setup by Morant.
And Morant is a natural leader, someone who wants to get his guys involved when they're open.
Morant against Young. Here he goes. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Jackson against Collins. Jackson left side. And that's a foul called on DeLon Wright. That's his first foul. Adams checked in for Memphis. Melton comes in for Brooks. Gallinari, he's checked in for the Hawks. Bogdanovich comes in for Wright. An outstanding defensive play to earn the mobile 1 block.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
Here's Morant, a solid offensive force, averaging 24 points a game. Pass to Tillman. Now here's Adams, 6 to shoot. Now Morant shoots over Young. The rebound by the Hawks. Capella's got his 5th rebound in this one. Gallinari with it. Jackson in his pocket. From the baseline. And there's Hunter on the assist by Young. And the Hawks lead by 5.
Yeah, that's a shoot-around shot as Hunter had plenty of space to knock it down.
Timeout called. Memphis. They put up a nice win against Toronto last time out.
They were allowed to ramp up their offense as the defense they faced was barely present.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Bain, he's checked in for Jackson, and it's Jones in for Morant. Reddish is checked in for the Hawks. Herter comes in for Trae Young. Now here's Jones. Pass to Bain. Here's Tillman. Adams with the ball. Melton passes to Adams. Goes back up. And he sinks the layup.
The motor right now for Steven Adams is humming on the glass, getting after it.
And here's Bogdanovich. Tipped away. Melton outside. And he drives in. Rebound Atlanta. And now the Hawks on the break. Here's Capella. And there's 2. Work on the glass, paying off that time. Capella's got 6.
Refusing to give up on the glass, Capella truly works for his rebounds.
Jones drives in. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. The Hawks leading. Here's Herter with the drive, and he gets that one.
Not settling for jump shots there as Herter gets his way on the drive.
Outside Jones. Pass to Tillman. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And the Hawks making a change here. Williams is checked in. Well, Grant, the best way to steady a team, have an anchor like Tyus Jones as the backup point.
I mean, just an outstanding decision maker. His steady play complements their athletes with that second unit.
Now here's Williams, averaging around 6 a game. Gallinari's shot is off.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Melton attacking. The shot is good, and this game is back to even.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
A minute 22 left in the first. Pass to Bogdanovich. Back to Williams. Left side Gallinari. Outside Herter. The three is up. And the Hawks with another three.
Well, that's who Herter is outside on the perimeter, a confident long-range shooter.
Here's Bain. Now here's Adams. Pass to Melton. He takes it in. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
44 seconds left in the first quarter. Bogdanovich finds Williams. Outside for Gallinari. And here's Bogdanovich. Just 5 to shoot. Fires, top of the key. Oh, Adams with the block. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. "20 seconds left in the opening quarter. Now here's Melton. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game. Just 3 on the clock, and it's good on the lay-in. Melton's got 6 points.
Well, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Grizzlies leading by a point. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And the 4th pick in 2018, Jaren Jackson Jr., the rare NBA-ready defender, he talked about where he can make the most impact.
Probably be more of a backline help, talk more, give more help for the rotations because, depending on what team you play, there's a lot of specific things you got to do to guard a certain player.
A veteran's understanding of help and positioning, Grant.
Yeah, I love that defensive mind approach. That's why they're a team to be reckoned with.
And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Memphis.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in this first half.
Another part of the game tonight where they've been effective is to get points in the paint.
Xavier Tillman is out there with Desmond Bain. Then there's Tyus Jones. Then it's Steven Adams. And it's Melton in at the 2. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And so it's Atlanta with it. After the basket by Memphis. Bogdanovich into the lane. Can't hit that one. Good D by Melton. Memphis leading. Outside Jones. Pass to Bain. Outside Jones. Adams with the ball. Out of bounds as Memphis keeps possession.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Here's Jones. 6 on the shot clock. To the paint. Over Williams.
Like to see when an offensive player takes some pride in the defensive play. Nice job by Lou Williams sticking to his man there.
Here's Bain. Boy, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Now here's Williams. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. Unable to get the ball in bounds, and they got called for a 5-second violation. And here is Williams. Outside Bogdanovich. Left side Herter. Takes the three. Gets the three to fall. Herter's got 8 points.
Herter never shy to let that one go. Just enough room on the catch and shoot.
Anderson with it. 13 points in the win against Toronto.
Lest us not forget about the work on the glass. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
Now here's Melton. 3-point lead. Knocks it down from distance.
You like how their perimeter game is building out. They're feeling it right now.
Pass to Gallinari. Here's Bogdanovich. That shot off the mark. Now Memphis takes it the other way. And after this one, they're at home against Sacramento. That'll be the end of a 3-game homestand. Here's Tillman. Anderson for 3. The rebound by Bogdanovich. And a fast break now for the Hawks. And it's off the back of the rim. No good. Memphis has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc in the second quarter. Outside, Anderson. Melton outside. From outside the arc. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
Anderson has great vision as a point forward. Exceptional court awareness.
For Atlanta, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. Pass to Herter. Outside for Gallinari. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And here's Memphis. They're on an 11-3 run. Williams against Anderson. Here's Bain. Shot clock at 6. Back to Anderson. Over Williams. Here's Adams. That one falls. And it's an 11-point Memphis lead.
Yeah, they've given up so many second-chance points. It's really been the catalyst for this run.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. And we're seeing teams pick up the pace. Something you set the trend for in Phoenix, Grant. Why do you think that's becoming more prevalent?
Great question. I mean, in today's game, we're all about the analytics, and that has shown that you shoot a higher percentage earlier in the shot clock. So it makes sense to push the tempo and see what you can get early.
So Memphis going with an almost entire new group here. Jackson, he's checked in for Adams. Clark comes in for Tillman. Brooks, he's checked in for Melton. And it's Morant in for Bain. And a new group getting ready for the Hawks. Collins, he's checked in for Gallinari. Hunter comes in for Herter. Wright's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Young in for Williams. Here's Hunter. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Hunter became a household name with winning a national championship when he was in college. And he wasted no time showing that he was going to be ready for NBA competition.
Well, your 7 seconds or less Suns really paved the way for the pace and space style that we see throughout the league today, Graham.
You know, B.A., it really did. But, you know, it's interesting. I think there were those back then that thought it was kind of gimmicky. But, boy, has it changed. And I feel like we could have had more success if we had just gone all in on that approach.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good for Hunter.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Now Morant. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That one on Young.
Going second overall in 2019, John Morant looks like a franchise cornerstone, carrying Memphis to a play-in game as a rookie.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. Pass to Hunter. Now here's Collins, defended by Jackson. Oh, and Jackson with the block.
The attention to detail on defense. Jackson reads shooters well and knows when to go for blocks. And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Here's Reddish after the basket by Memphis. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
And sometimes Reddish might defer too often, and maybe sometimes that's true. But also give him credit for being unselfish.
Morant, the pass to Jackson. And now the Hawks on the break. Pass to Collins. And here's Hunter for 3. And they'll get another chance. Launches a 3. They get it back. He shoots again. Collins, no good. Memphis has got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the three-point line in the second.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Outside Hunter. Down low. And there's Collins on the assist by Hunter. Hunter's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Memphis has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Morant, the pass to Brooks. Now Clark. Up top, Jackson. Back to Clark. Just 5 on the clock. Anderson for 3. The rebound by the Hawks. Shoots it from the high post. Count it. Reddish has got his first 2 points of the night.
Cam Reddish getting better and better at recognizing what it is the defense is giving him.
Outside, Anderson. There's the drive. Uses the glass on the layup. Anderson's got his first points in this one.
And, guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Atlanta's gone just 1 of 4 from downtown so far in the second. Young attacking. Deflected. Morant against Collins. Here's Brooks. And that one's long. Atlanta's gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup.
And, of course, Canadian-born Brandon Clark grew up in Phoenix. He played at San Jose State, then transferred to Gonzaga. A few stops on his way to the association.
Now here's Clark. He had 16 in the win against Toronto.
Felt like he also was prepared for whatever the opposition was coming at him with. He was either contesting shots or swatting them away. Just a dominant defensive performance all the way around.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Hawks. Young against Morant. Back to Brooks. Lets it fly. And yes, it goes. Got a little English on that one. Brooks has got 4 points now in the quarter. And the Hawks shooting at a 48% clip from the floor. And dual citizenship for Brandon Clark. Canadian and the U.S. That Canadian national team is looking to be a force.
And don't forget, his father is Jamaican, so who knows? Bottom line, he's got some options when it comes to international play.
Young against Morant. To the middle. Here's Jackson. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Morant's got assist number 5 here tonight. Atlanta is shooting only 31% in the second quarter of this one. Now a timeout called by Atlanta.
Oh my, their coach does not look happy, and I can guess why. Their interior defense has been struggling.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Jones, he's checked in for Memphis. On defense, the Grizzlies. This is the most they've led, 13 points. And it's Capella with the jam.
I think he gets as much talk, not just about his shot selection, but his playmaking.
Now here's Morant. Give him 8. Jackson, left side. And the dunk by Jackson.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. Atlanta's gone just 1 of 6 from distance during the second quarter. Young against Morant. Here's Capella. Kicks it out to Collins. They shoot again. The shot's good. Capella's got 12. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 from outside in the second quarter. Clark outside. Back to Morant. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. And the Grizzlies lead by 13.
Strong pass there to set up the basket.
Right outside. Outside Young. Pass to Hunter. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now. On the wing, Brooks. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
The officials were right on top of that one.
First one falls for him. Both good from the line that time.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
Morant against Young. And there's the drive. Oh, and Jackson with the block.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And the Hawks shooting pretty well at 45%. Pass to Young. The kick to Hunter. Fires for three. Clark grabs the board.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Now here's Jones. Not a lot of room. 6 to shoot. Good. Clark's gotten his second bucket. Atlanta is shooting around 29% in quarter number 2. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Young against Morant. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Trae Young. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Adams checked in for Clark. Bain comes in for Brooks. And it's Melton in for Ja Morant. Herter's checked in for the Hawks. Williams comes in for Young. Outside Jones. Pass to Bain. Jackson outside. Puts up a three. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got rebound number 11. Adams against Williams. Out to the right wing. Collins inside. Adams is there. Memphis has gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. Jackson on the wing. Williams defending. Little turnaround. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Flashing the in-between game. Nice. I mean, Jackson is more than capable of draining this when given the chance.
And he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot.
And he just powered through contact trying to complete the play.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Lou Williams and that wisdom gives a boost to the confidence of the entire team. Someone the younger guys look up to.
Tillman's checked in for Jackson. And a change for the Hawks. Bogdanovich has checked in for Wright. And Williams drops them both.
And give them credit for making a more concerted effort to get to the line this quarter. Yeah, just hold for the last shot. Don't give them another possession at all.
And hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Here's Melton. The 3 is up. No good there.
Just showing some tremendous authority controlling the boards. Love it.
Sort of reminding me of a little Ben Wallace action here from his years with the Pistons. He's been that much of a force rebounding the ball.
And so it's Memphis looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. Really mucking it up on defense. Active hands, multiple efforts, forcing turnovers. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. They trailed by as many as 6 points in the first period. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, what was your take on Memphis?
Man, this was a brawl inside. Shaq, I know you like this. Man, the guys were sacrificing their bodies, making plays through contest, just wearing the hard hat. That's how this game's gotten out of hand.
And Shaq, how about what you saw from the Hawks?
I know teams love to rely on the 3 these days, but you got to know when to get away from it. They didn't. at least throughout the first half. Hopefully they're making the adjustments, but sometimes teams just get stubborn.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. DeAnthony Melton really making a difference here.
He's been on the attack, playing hard and going right to the rim.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
So it's the Grizzlies now, and Atlanta looking at who they've got. Collins at the 4 with Capella at center. DeLon Wright is out there with Trae Young, and it's Hunter in at the 3. Here's Jackson. Capella with a block. Pass to Wright, and he lobs it up, and Collins with the slam.
Well, he's a terrific scorer. Collins so efficient on this end because he really does take smart shots.
Moran against Collins. Clark. And a great assist by Moran as that one goes. Moran's got 6 assists now in the game. And the Hawks shooting around 44%. Not bad. To the inside. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson. And up the court come the Grizzlies on the break. Boom! He jams it straight down.
A brilliant dunk, and he hangs up there for a while, too.
Like he's posing for the camera. He's just hanging out, posing for pictures, just making himself at home. Young, the pass to Collins. Now Young, hounded by Morant. And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
And we just got a second look there at an exceptional mobile 1 block.
Oh my, and that was textbook defense, positioning himself well to send it back.
Pass to Capella. It's Wright on the wing. The kick to Hunter from behind the arc. Another shot. And Capella with the lay-in. Capella's got 14.
Inside, Capella's physical ability makes the difference. He can get vertical, bump with you, whatever it takes.
Now here's Brooks. Throws it up high. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. 3 on 3. And here's Hunter for 3. Hits a three-pointer. 7 points in the game.
And the defense better start respecting DeAndre Hunter from that kind of range.
Moran against Young. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
So it's Atlanta now, following the bucket by the Grizzlies. Hunter passes to Collins. Shoots over Moran. Collins, no good. The Grizzlies have gotten 3 or 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Jackson, it's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. Gallinari, he's checked in for John Collins.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And that one falls for Jackson.
One of the jewels at the top of that 2018 draft. Jackson has made a huge impact at both ends, and he's still reaching his full potential.
Now here's Capella. 14 points for him. Right, the pass to Young. Gallinari against Clark. Clock at 6. Sends it home from three-point land. Young's got 10.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
Pass to Capella. Outside Hunter. Outside Gallinari. Here's Capella. And it's Capella with the jam.
Now, Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not careful there.
And that's 2 awful trips in a row resulting in turnovers.
Capella finds Young. Back to Capella. Gallinari against Jackson. Gallinari's shot is off. The Grizzlies have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. And it's Moran off the drive. Kept alive.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
Gallinari, the pass to right. Back to Gallinari. Pass to Young. Over Morant. Young can't hit.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Moran against Young. Here's Jackson. Hey, rejected by Capella. Out of bounds. It'll be Memphis's ball. Timeout called. The Grizzlies. Well, the Grizzlies shooting an efficient 57% tonight. Right against Brooks. Inside. And finished off by Anderson.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Young, the pass to Capella. And he's going for the oop here. And no good.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
Now here's Young. 10 points for him. Launches it. And they get it back.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Pass to Clark. Over right. Off the left rim and out. If they're going to go on a run, Grant, there's no better time than right now.
You're so right, B.A. I think they definitely expected a closer game than this.
Now here's Wright. Gallinari with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Young from long range. Capella, the pass to Hunter. And it's Capella with the jam.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
And the Hawks with possession here. And at home for the next game, it'll be New York pulling in to face them. And that's a 1-game homestand for the club. That's tipped. Stolen by Jackson. Brooks against Wright. Brooks outside. Morant finds Jackson. Back to Morant. Lets the 3 fly. It's not going to go for him, so Atlanta will take it the other way. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. Last season, Draymond Green called out what he saw as a double standard. When players ask for trades, they're vilified. The teams can announce they're planning to trade a player and sit him on the bench in the meantime, and then it's taken in stride. Guys, he feels like it's disrespectful.
Well, that's something to consider, Allie. Thanks. Good stuff. Boy, this Hawks squad is struggling. And here's Wright. Outside Hunter. Down low. Here's Young. And he makes it on the layup. Young's got 5 points now this quarter.
The top scorers in this league, like Trae Young, could be. They get buckets when it's not easy to get buckets.
Timeout called. Memphis. A big group substitution here for Memphis. Adams checked in for Jackson. Tillman comes in for Anderson. Melton, he's checked in for Brooks. And it's Bain in for Morant. Here's Bain. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Pass to Adams. The rebound by Bogdanovic. The Hawks shooting 39% from the field in the third. You know, by the time Bogdan Bogdanovic arrived in the NBA, he was already a well-seasoned pro, Grant.
Yeah, he had an impressive run in a number of European leagues, amassing a ton of awards and championships. So he definitely knew what he was getting into when he came stateside to play with the rest of the best.
And Gallinari throws it down.
Well, Bogdanovic would prefer to shoot it, but teammates so wide open, had to give it up.
Melton outside. Pass to Adams. Clark with it. Melton with the ball. He's got 15. 6 on the shot clock. And the basket by Bain.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
Here's Williams. And here's Bogdanovic. Knocked loose. Stolen by Melton. To the paint. Here's Adams. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Adams has got 8. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Memphis.
Defensively, they've played with a high energy level tonight, and all the steals we've seen a result of that aggressiveness.
Well, you add to that their block totals tonight. They've been very feisty and active on the defensive end.
Big rebound and a smart play to kick it right out. They want to use as much time as possible here.
Here's Melton. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
Here's Williams. Following the bucket by the Grizzlies. Pass to Herder. Will it go? Adams grabs the miss. Adams has got 7 rebounds in the game. Memphis has gone 1 for 2 from outside the arc in this third quarter. Out left to the wing. Shot left block. And it's Memphis with another.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And for the Hawks, they're shooting 40% from the field in this one. Pass to Capella. Melton against Bogdanovic. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Tillman's got 4 rebounds in the game. 1:53 left in the third quarter. From deep, Bain. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta.
They're just giving away a run right now. The question is, can they stop the tide?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
Jones, he's checked in for Clark. John Collins checked in for the Hawks. Reddish comes in for Gallinari. 1:42 left in the third quarter. Back to Williams. Looking to end the drought. Takes a 3. Reddish misses.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Here's Bain. 6 points for him. 5 to shoot. Pass to Jones. 3-pointer. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And when it comes to the 3, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
They just can't stop this run.
And honestly, the more empty trips they have, the more they feel the pressure.
Bogdanovich from long range knocks down the long J.
Well, Bogdanovich coming right back down and going right back at him.
Melton against Bogdanovich. Pass to Tillman. Back to Melton. The rebound by Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Reddish misses. Memphis has gone 3 of 4 from outside in the second half. Inside. Oh, they pick off the pass. Well, the Hawks shooting just about 33% since this second half started. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Herter.
Offensively, they're really struggling here in the second half. The missed shots continue to pile up, and their field goal percentage is way down.
Pass to Melton. It's good if it goes. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies firmly in control with an impressive 28-point lead as the quarter ends. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We'll be right back with you shortly. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. They've got Tyus Jones. Xavier Tillman is out there with Steven Adams. Then there's DeAnthony Melton, and it's Bain in at the small forward position. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Herter can't hit.
Despite the defensive presence, he challenges at the rim. Give him an A for effort.
Pass to Jones. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
The West has the reputation of being more competitive, but the East is only getting stronger, Brent. Which conference you think right now is tougher?
Yeah, I don't mean to upset anybody that lives east of the Mississippi, BA, but it's the West. I mean, the West has the star power. The West is chock full of incredible teams that have been together for a while and ones that are growing. And if LeBron James is in the West, probably tougher. It's such a difficult cover for any defense. Lou Williams is adept at putting the defense in uneasy situations, backing them up quite a bit.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Here's Jones. From the line, Atlanta with a rebound.
Just hasn't found much consistency from the floor, but his teammates have picked up the slack.
.60 ticks off the clock here in the fourth. Pass to Reddish. Grizzlies with the rebound. Tillman's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Now Jones. Melton on the wing. Here's Tillman. Herder defending. Fades and shoots. And another miss by Memphis. And Atlanta shooting only 38% from the floor. Not great. And there's a whistle. That goes on DeAnthony Melton. That's his first foul. With efforts to grow the game in Europe and Asia and Africa, really everywhere from the NBA. Grant, how do you see the future of this game?
Well, I think it lies in the young international stars. I mean, you see guys like Luka and Nikola Jokic from Europe and Joel Embiid from Africa. I think we'll see more and more of that as the league and the popularity of basketball grows overseas. I mean, those guys will have the drive and the examples to succeed overseas. And now they've got to be careful at the defensive end. They're over the limit much earlier than they should be.
The first one falls. And Williams drops them both. And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Here's Jones. Pass to Bain. Here's Williams. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. Outside Herder. Here's Jang. Oh, the Hawks again cannot hit it. For Memphis, they've got none of their shots to go in this final quarter. 0 for 4. Here's Bain. To the inside. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Williams from long range. Atlanta again missing. Memphis shooting is around 55% so far. Pass to Conchar. Another miss. Boy, they're in a funk right now. And Atlanta shooting just around 36%. Not the best execution. Williams. And the layup is good.
Offense has been hard to come by so far. A much-needed bucket right there.
Yeah, the buckets have been few and far between, and neither team able to get into any sort of offensive rhythm.
Now here's Jones. Here's Bain. Now here's Jones. 5 on the clock. Here's Conchar. Three-pointer, no good. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by.
Coach loves the execution, just not the result. That's okay. That's part of the process.
To the middle. And stolen by Williams. On the push. Here comes Atlanta. Here's Okongwu. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. All right, here's a different question for you, partner. I'll be taking notes. Did you have a favorite city for food in the NBA?
Well, write this down, B.A. So my mom is from New Orleans, so I know New Orleans very well. And so New Orleans was my favorite city, no question. The food there, I'm getting full just thinking about it.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
They're just giving away a run right now. The question is, can they stop the tide?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
The Hawks making a switch here. Capella's checked in. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Jackson against Capella. Jackson outside. Pass to Morant. To end the drought. Collins with the rebound. And Atlanta shooting just 37% in the game. And here's Capella. Adams covering. Capella can't get it to go. Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Moran against Young. Here's Adams. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
There is some fluidity for a guy that size in Steven Adams. He's a legitimate option rolling to the basket.
Adams has got most of his shots to fall. He's 6 of 9. Collins passes to Young. Here's the floater. And he lays it up and in.
Well, they're on the right path now, but still in a pretty big hole.
Well, the run simply has given them a chance. Great work on both ends. They've got to now ratchet up a notch.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? And for Atlanta, they're shooting 27% here in the fourth. Outside Young. And he lobs it up to the rim. Collins, no good.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
It's stolen by Wright. Well, the G League is testing out the one foul shot approach. Meanwhile, the NBA is running commercials between free throws. Brent, do you think the parent league will ever adopt the G League's approach?
I don't think so, B.A. I think it's going to stay the way it is, where you're 2 free throws at the line and not doing what the G League is doing with the 1 attempt. But that might be all for speeding up the game. But we still got to get your ad reads in, right?
Shot clock at 6. Outside Morant. Fires the 3. He's got it. 6 of 10 now.
Morant doesn't need the three-point shot to be effective. There's so much more to his game, but when it's dropping, he's lethal.
Now here's Young. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson. Moran against Hunter. Now here's Moran. He's closely guarded. It's tipped.
Great defense. Stingy was Hunter on that play, and a great reaction. That's firing his team up.
Wright finds Young. Anderson against Hunter. Pass to Collins. And Kyle Anderson is going to pick up the foul. So that'll be a second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Bad foul. That's not who you want to send to the line.
Free throw is good from Collins. And Grant, you've been around the game in so many roles. Been a player, broadcaster, owner. Talk about how the game has grown and the opportunities for continued growth.
Well, we know how the game here in the U.S. has really gained prominence and is hugely successful and popular. And I also think that's happened over the years globally as well. But continuing to popularize the game in Africa Africa, India, China, and elsewhere is exciting. There are so many new frontiers for this league to grow, and I'm excited that we're moving forward in that direction. That'll be a move to remember. Wow.
Yeah, great creativity in the air. The free throw drops for Morant. And for Atlanta, they're shooting just 37% so far in this one. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively. Something that needs to change, and change soon.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Ja Morant.
The hoop looked about 4 feet wide for him tonight. I mean, his shooting was so dialed in. It really allowed for him to score the ball just over and over throughout the game.
Wow, he really played phenomenal tonight. But we've almost come to expect that from him. He feeds off the energy from this crowd, and it certainly plays a part in elevating his game. Young against Morant. Let's go with a three. That one doesn't drop. Now Memphis takes it the other way. And the top pick in this year's draft, Cade Cunningham. Grant, I heard some insiders compare you to him. You like those comparisons?
Well, he's 6'8" with skill, sees the floor, I think approaches the game the right way. Maybe not the leaper I was, but tremendously talented, and I'm so eager to see how he develops. He's got a bright future in front of him.
And he drops the first. Jang, he's checked in for the Hawks. Hits both from the stripe. And here's Morant. Down low. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Atlanta's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Jang. Right outside. Young with it, pounded by Morant. Young misses.
Not his best night, and not the team's best night. Sometimes it just goes that way.
And the dunk by Jackson.
He was gripping the rock on the weight of the slam.
No way he was going to get stripped on that one. Here's Young. Here's Okongwu. Clark covers. There's Young with the three. Clark grabs the board. Clark's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Can't get anything to go this period. Seems like he's hit a wall.
Outside Morant. Coaching turnover is a fact of life in the NBA. Grant, as a player, how tough is it to adapt to a new coach?
Well, it depends on the timing. I mean, an offseason change gives the team a time to get used to a new system. Now, if it happens in midseason, it could be a little tough. The learning curve is definitely steep.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. For a younger player, Jalen Johnson has an impressively versatile game.
Yeah, you know, B.A., he uses his athleticism to make a splash on the boards, and his quickness really allows him to hassle ball handlers. Add his shooting, and he's a solid all-around package.
First free throw is good. So for the Hawks, Williams comes in for Wright, and Herter's subbed in for Young. And Johnson drops them both. Memphis has gotten 1 of 3 to fall from downtown here in the fourth. Culver with it. Pass to Conchar. Now Clark. Cash money on the open jump shot.
Hey, whatever coach told him during the break is beginning to pay off.
Here's Williams. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
Outside Morant. And I think we're all giving more attention to health and well-being. Grant, anything the league can do better to protect player health?
Well, I know they've tried to cut down on travel and minimize back-to-backs, but at the end of the day, you're playing 41 road games and 41 home games. That's what it is. It's a marathon. It's going to be hard, and it's an endurance race. And so, yeah, maybe reducing regular season games, but I'm not sure that's an option. So sometimes you just got to grind it out and get through it and hope for the best for your ball club.
Jang, and that one is stuffed right through.
He's so dangerous as a scorer. Lou Williams can recognize when there's openings. This time it was a teammate.
Now here's Morant. Herter defending. That one goes. Count it. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter here. Now Williams. Here he goes. And he banks in the layup.
In a way, Lou Williams, a little bit like J.R. Smith, he'll welcome the chance to finish off, especially if it's a difficult shot.
Now here's Morant. Culver outside. Hey, puts up a three. Jang pulls it in. Atlanta's got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Grizzlies.
It's impressive how the reserve players stepped up and delivered in this one.
They didn't just help out. They made a big impact and really secured the win for their team.
And this win will give them 12 on the year thus far.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And propelling them to a solid win, it was a night of big plays for Jaren Jackson.
I just loved his defense. He took pride in swatting away a bunch of shots tonight and made his impact felt.
The free throw drops for Morant. And Brent, you were a dunk contest champion in 1996. So when you think of the all-time great dunkers, who's the first person that comes to mind?
I have to go with Vince Carter. Probably during my time, the most explosive and exciting slam dunk artist in game that I've ever seen. But if you go through history, we know the likes of Dominique Wilkins and Dr. J. There's been many high flyers and many skywalkers, and we appreciate all of them.
Now here's Williams. Outside Herter. Back to Williams. Takes a 13-footer. And Morant clears the board. Memphis has gotten just one of their 4 threes to go here in the fourth quarter. Back to Conchar. Pass to Culver. Fires the three. And he can't get that one. And Atlanta will come the other way. There's 38 seconds left to play in the fourth. And here is Williams. Outside Herter. Here's Jang. Shoots over Morant. Can't cash it in from the high post. Just let the clock run out.
Hey, it's time to celebrate.
Williams from long range. Oh, wow. Drew the contact, and that three almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
And he hits the first of 3. And he's good on the second. And he makes all 3. Here's Melton. Pass to Adams. Williams on the wing. And so it's the Grizzlies taking care of business in this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. Well, Brandon, a great win. Does it feel like this team is moving in the right direction?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, every game we're just trying to build, really trying to get better and better every game. So it just feels good to see us get better.
It's a marathon. Thanks, Brandon.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.